In this exercise, we're going to take a look at Excel filters and conditional formatting and subtotals. So we see a lot of data here. We've used this in pivot table exercises as well. What we want to do is be able to answer questions by sorting the data down. So to sort the data and filter it out, we're going to go to the Data tab up at the top. And in the Data tab, we're basically focusing in the Sort and Filter area. I'm going to click on the Filter button, and the Filter button puts these little arrows to the right of our field names up at the top. This is a toggle button that you can toggle on and toggle off. I want it toggled on, and I'm going to go over here and click in the Sales Region column and take a look at the items available. I'm going to click on the drop-down arrow, and you can see the different data dimensions that we have are East, North, and South underneath Sales Region. I'm going to deselect everything at this point and then just choose the North region by clicking on North and selecting OK. Now I had several records listed there. Now I only have items that have North as the sales region. I'm going to limit this down further. I want to specify that I'm just interested in 101 keyboards and 17-inch monitors. So I deselected everything by first going up and clicking on the drop-down arrow to the right of item description. It popped up this window. I deselected Select All and chose 101 keyboards and 17-inch monitors. So let me click on OK. Now I've limited the data down even further. I still have just the North sales region, but now I have 17-inch monitors and 101 keyboards. Now you can see a duplication of monitors and keyboards, and that's because I have different stores over here. So at the top of the list, I see all of the stores cells for 17-inch monitors and 101 keyboards for store 4 and for store 5, and both of the stores are in the North region. I see the 17-inch monitors and 101 keyboards there. Let's find out about our sales for our different stores. Now, if we take a look and select from cell B38 down to B55, we can see that down here at the bottom we have 12 records, and that looks like it's probably about right. But if we do a count, and I'm going to type in =, count, open parentheses, and select my range. So let me select from B38 down to B55 and close my parentheses and pressed enter. It says 18. Well, we have two different numbers here, and I think what we're getting is the count between 38 and 55 as being the number 18. So we're seeing records in here that aren't currently visible. So what we want to do, now we could do the count down by looking down here at the bottom, but if we have a large number of records, we might be better off using the subtotal function, and we want to know how to use that anyway. So I'm going to select my entire range, including my headings, to include in the subtotal area. And I'm going to click on the subtotal button. Up at the top it says we're going to subtotal at each change in, well, let's subtotal at each change in store so we can find out the store sales. So we're going to, every time we switch stores, we're going to see the subtotal for the store. We want to sum up the values, and the values we want to sum up is total sales. So let me get rid of minutes. That was selected because it was our last item in our range. I'm going to choose total sales. We could also do units sold, and we're going to replace current subtotals. Well, there are no subtotals. By default, this is always selected. And we want the data that we generate, the sum totals, placed beneath our current records. So I'm going to go ahead and click on OK. Now, when we look at our results, we see that there are, for store number 4, we have 114 units that were sold at $11,054. And here we have 312 units that were sold in store number 5 at $21,000. Okay, so here we're starting to see a little bit in terms of how our stores are doing. Now let's change our subtotal a little bit. So I'm going to go up to subtotal and click on the subtotal button up in the Data tab. I'm going to remove all to get rid of those totals that are listed there, and let's adjust this a bit. I want to find out we found about stores. Now let's find out about item description. So I have item description keyboard selected. I want to put the keyboards together and the monitors together. So on the Data tab, up at the top, I'm going to click A to Z to sort all my keyboards together and to sort all my monitors together. Now again, I'm going to select my entire range, including cells A1 through looks like 055. And I'm going to subtotal, so let me click on subtotal. Let's, instead of having our total appear at each store, let's do this for each item description. And we want to sum up the units sold and total sales is fine. Let's leave that and click on OK. So now we see for 101 keyboards, we sold 309, and probably that's a right number if we start adding that up. And then at $6,164. We have the 17-inch monitors, 117 at 26,000. So here we first took a look at store amounts. Now we're taking a look at dollar amounts. And let's get rid of our totals. I always try to back things out, so I'll click on subtotal to get rid of that and choose remove all. And let's clear out our filters. To clear out our filters, go up to the Data tab, go over and click on the Clear button. And let's make some other modifications. So I'm going to this time choose from the sales region. Let me click on the drop down arrow. I'm going to choose, let me deselect, and I'm going to choose North and South and click on OK. I want from the item description, I'm going to choose desktop CPUs and mice and click on OK. This time I'm going to adjust it a little bit more. From week ending, I'm going to change. Let me click on that and deselect by clicking the Select All button. And I'm going to choose, let's see, I'm going to choose January. And let's see what we have for March. We have, if we click on March, you'll see that there's 2 weeks listed there. So if I click to the check mark in March, I have both of those selected. So it's going to be January and March sales. And I'll click on OK. So that limited us down even further. So while this is selected, I'm going to go up and click on my subtotal button. And I'm going to find out for the South region, we have that over here. We have four stores, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's see how our stores did. So at each change in store number, I want to find out the total for each of the stores for desktops and CPUs, or desktop CPUs and mice. At each change in store, I want to sum up the units sold and the total sales and put that summary information underneath it. And so I have that information for each one of my individual stores. Let's go back to subtotal and remove our subtotal, and let's make it a little change here. We have specified a region and item numbers and week ending. Let's say that we want to limit the total sales. We're only interested in items that are, let me go to number filter, numbers that total sales greater than, let's do 20,000, or let's say 15,000. 1, 2, 3. So I have total sales is greater than 15,000 will be displayed. So let me click on OK. So we only have 3 records now, and we could run the subtotal on that too. However, we really don't have much since each record comes from an individual store and we have the total amount listed there. Let's back this out. So I'm going to go to subtotal, remove all. And let's turn off our filter, or clear out our filter again. And let's do it one more time, and then we'll take a look at conditional formatting. So I want to go back to sales region, and I'm going to choose, let me turn them all off. I'm going to choose East and South. And I'm going to go to item description, and I'm just going to take 17-inch monitors and desktops. This time I want to choose from total sales. Let me click on drop down arrow, choose number filter, greater than, let's do 25,000, or let's do less than is less than, or we could say is greater than or equal to 25,000 and is less than or equal to, let's do 5,000. Okay, and so there's a 687. It's 1832. So we have our information there. Let's take it a little bit further now. So let's take a look at conditional formatting. I'm going to go to the Home tab. I'm going to select the column I want to work with, which is H. I'm going to go to the Styles group and click on Conditional Formatting and choose Highlight Cells Rules Greater Than. And I'm going to say I want things that are greater than 55,000, 55, 1, 2, 3, to be displayed in light red with dark red text. And if it's less than $1,000, let's see, yeah, let's say 2,000. If it's less than 2,000, that same column, so I have it selected, I'll click on Conditional Formatting, Highlight Cells Rules, and I'm going to choose less than. If it's less than, let's say, $2,000, 2,000, then I want a different color. I'm going to say yellow fill with dark yellow text and click on OK. So I can have stand out to me items that are less than 2,000 and items that are greater than 50,000 or whatever our numbers happen to be. Let's go up to conditional formatting again. First I'm going to select that column so the computer knows what I'm talking about. I'll go to conditional formatting, and let's say I want to clear my conditional formatting rules. I can go down to clear rules and select clear rules from entire sheet, and it just affects the conditional formatting. Let me go back to conditional formatting, and I'm going to highlight cells between, let's say I want those that are between 30,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 45,000 to be highlighted in red. And I may not get anything. I'm looking right now. Let me try 47 or 48,001. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And click on OK. So I can see the items listed there. Let me do another conditional formatting. I'll click on conditional formatting, highlight cells rules. Let me do less than, and let's choose less than 5,000. Will also be selected. So I'm going to do, whoops, let me do 5,000. And the cells there will be a different color. I'm going to just choose the second option and click on OK. So I have my two rules there. If it's less than 5,000 or between 35 and 47,000 or whatever my rule was, and I can't remember, so let me select that column and go up to conditional formatting, and this time go down to manage rules and see what that rule is. So cell value less than 5,000 was yellow. Cell value between, I can't see it, so I'm going to click on edit rule. A cell value between 30,000 and 48,000 was highlighted in red. Well, if I want to change that and maybe make that 35,000, let me go ahead and change that to 35,000. I'm having trouble here. 35,000 and oops, there. There we go, 35,000 to 48,000, and click on OK. Or maybe I want to add another rule. I can do it here by clicking on New Rule, or I can go back out and create another rule. Let me just go back out and create another conditional formatting rule. Highlight cells, equal to, or let's do greater than. And if it's greater than, let's do 80,000, let's do 75,000. Then we're going to give it a different color and make it green and click on OK. And so I have one value that hits that. So let's say I want to delete a rule. I'll select my column, click on conditional formatting, select highlight cells rules, or actually let me go down to manage rules, and I'm going to select cell value 75,000 and just click on the delete rule button right up here at the top, and I can delete a rule that I don't like. I'll go ahead and click on OK. So what this color scheme allows us to do is to easily see in records if we didn't want to do a bunch of filtering, or we've filtered enough and now we can do this color scheme. We can easily count how many records fit that category. We can also just kind of have things stand out to us. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my formatting, so I'll go to conditional formatting. Let me first select my column. Click on conditional formatting. I'm going to clear my rules and choose clear rules from entire sheet. So that's a look at filters and subtotals and conditional formatting.